I Must Become Caligari. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, 1920. In context. Genre, horror. Director, Robert Wiene. Writers, Hans Janowitz, Karl Mayer. Stars, Werner Krauss, Konrad Veidt, Frederick Fehrer, Hans Heinrich von Twardowski, Lil Tagover. Before, 1913. The Weapons of Youth is Wiene's first movie, now lost. After, 1924. The Hands of Orlac, an expressionist movie by Wiene, is later remade twice and inspires many horror movies. 1925. Wiene directs a silent movie of Richard Strauss's opera Der Rosenkavalier. Strauss conducts a live orchestra for the premiere, but a tour of the U.S. is canceled with the arrival of the sound movie. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari has been described as the first feature-length horror movie, and it is easy to see its legacy in modern cinema, but not for the obvious reasons. Its ingenious set design, still avant-garde in its use of probably unreal theatrical environments, is the most striking of its features. Yet it is other more subtle elements of Robert Wiene's groundbreaking psychological thriller that have become fixtures of movie storytelling. The unreliable narrator had long been a staple of literature since the time of the ancient Greek dramatist Aristophanes, but it had yet to be used in cinema. Caligari pioneers the use of this device in the character of Francis, played by Frederick Fehrer. The story of Francis tells starts innocently enough with a love triangle, as two friends compete for the affections of the same woman. But of course, all is not as it seems. The movie's screenwriters Hans Janowitz and Karl Mayer originally wrote the story as an indictment of Germany's government during World War I, with Caligari as a straightforward villain causing an innocent to sleepwalk into committing murder. As the movie neared production, however, the story morphed into something more complex, leading to possibly another first for cinema: the twist ending. I have never been able since to trust the authoritative power of an inhuman state gone mad. Hannah Janowitz. Opening the Cabinet. Janowitz and Mayer were inspired by an 11th century story about a confidence trickster monk who exerted a strange influence over a man in his keep. In the screenplay, the monk became a doctor whom Francis and his love rival Alan, Heinrich von Twardowski, encounter at a village fairground. Dr. Caligari, Werner Krauss, first appears as a fairground showman who opens a so-called cabinet, a coffin by any other name, to reveal the ghostly, heavy-lidded Caesar, Konrad Veidt, lying within. Caligari, Caesar's master, claims that his charge knows all his secrets and invites the audience to ask a question. A visibly shaken Alan asks, "How long shall I live?" to which Caesar replies, "Until dawn." And here we see another example of a horror movie device lifted from countless tales: the fool who tempts fate. The unfortunate Alan is found dead the following morning. Expressionist style. The look and style of the movie were heavily influenced by the legendary Max Reinhardt, director of the Deutsche Theater in Berlin. His anti-realist style, and self-inspired by the expressionist art movement of the early 20th century, embraced the artificiality of the theater set and manipulated darkness rather than light to create swaths of chiaroscuro, establishing an atmosphere of mystery and unease. Wiene carefully employs lighting to suggest that this is simply an outlandish melodrama, a notion reinforced by the frequent use of sinister close-ups, mostly of the seemingly insane Caligari, to persuade his audience that they are watching a straightforward hero and villain story. Yet, when it is revealed that no character's perspective may be taken at face value, suddenly the strange distorted angles and the backdrops of the production design begin to make sense. They are an integral part of the story, not simply an unsettling style. The sets by Walter Ryman, Walter Rohrig, and Herman Morm seem to portray a whole world gone mad. One reason that the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari has endured is that, anticipating Hitchcock's Psycho, it is the first movie to take audiences inside the mind of a madman. His resonant horror stems from a fear of the mask of sanity that even the most disturbed individuals can wear in order to deceive those around them. Robert Veen, director. Robert Veen was born in 1873 in Breslau. In 1913, he wrote and directed a short movie, The Weapons He'd Used, which was the first 20 features and shorts he would make in the silent era. After a prolific movie career here in Germany, Wien fled the Nazi regime in the early 1930s and moved to France. He died of cancer during the shooting of his last movie, Ultimatum, 1938, which was completed uncredited by fellow amateur Robert Schodmak.